You gotta get up. You don't even understand why. You're being kidnapped. Oh, why are you being kidnapped? I don't like being kidnapped. Your client is here.
Hello, buddy.
Ichabod, say hello to your lawyer.
Hi.
I have some news for you. The case has been dismissed. Yes, that's right. Ichabod, the tiny black fighter who was napping on my lawn, who was attacked by a dog and, got into a bit of a rumble. Well, the city has dropped all the charges against him. This means that I will not be going on probation for a year. I will not be peeing into a cup for a year because my cat defended himself. That is right. Ichabod has had a complete and total legal victory.
The case has been sealed as well.
But why would I want this case sealed? Because it's, Justy, I have to say, of all of the possible outcomes of this case, I may be your only client, Ichabod, maybe your only client who actually wanted to go to court and see a whole farce go down.
And that may say more about your mental health, Scott, than anything else.
I was, a little bit excited that I would be able to provide Ikabod a superior, Johnny Cochran-esque legal defense.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Which would be live streamed to the whole world through the Denver government portal. But it turns out that the government, they didn't want that sort of show. They didn't want that kind of publicity. Tell me exactly how you got this dismissal.
So what I ended up doing was I took a portion of the clip that you could hear the audio on, where you could hear the dog growl before anything happened. And I sent that over to the prosecutor. I also sent over to the prosecutor, the text messages where you volunteered well before the case was filed to pay for the woman's injuries. Because that's what adults do. Like, we are neighborly. My pet hurt you. I don't care whether he's a criminal or not. I'm going to make it right. And then I also sent over the report where the officer said there was no offer to pay for medical bills. And I'm like, okay, Mr. Prosecutor, first of all, we have an initial aggressor problem, which I know it's a cat case, so self-defense is somewhat meh. It's a little weird. I think it'll still apply. I think I can convince a jury of it, right? Is this really the case you want to take to trial? But also, if you take this case to trial, we have this credibility issue, and I'm going to capitalize on that in front of a jury. Mm-hmm. And the prosecutor took one look at that and said, yeah, we're out. That's it.
I love it. Dismiss means like it's a full retreat and a total and complete victory for Ikabod.
Yes. Thrown out.
Okay, so the case against Ikabod was a little bit silly, and maybe my pursuit of the case was a little bit extra. But there's some real big principles here. People get stuck in baseless legal fights against the system all the time, and they face these impossible decisions, right? For instance, I was offered probation for a year where I would be literally peeing into a cup and under supervised care of the state because of my cat did this. Now, look, ultimately that's bad, and I had a good case against me, but it was still pretty terrifying to go up and defend myself. Now imagine what happens when somebody has to make this impossible decision when they're actually innocent.
I have plenty of clients who are in a position where the DA is not willing to dismiss the case, and the DA is making a good plea offer. And because my client does have mental health issues, they don't understand the benefit of that plea offer being offered and are taking it to trial at great risk to themselves and possibly, most likely, very, very likely harm to themselves. So it's a sad situation that we're in the judicial system in this country.
I was sort of excited to see this go to trial. I had been in contact with my good friend and lawyer in my major legal defenses, Siddhartha Rao, who was going to fly out and be second chair on this case. I mean, it would have been beautiful. We would have had experts, we would have veterinary witnesses, we would have maps.
I mean, I was all ready to get forensics. I've got vets. Like, how do you know this was a scratch and not a bite from your own dog, right? Like, you can't see it on video. That's a credibility issue. Are we going to DNA test the oral swabs for Ikabod and the dog and figure out which one of them did this? We could have done it. We could have done it.
We were going to go whole hog. And I don't know, maybe that says more about the entertainment value of this than what would be right in terms of justice. But man, wouldn't have it been fun? Even though this case isn't going to be a show trial the way it would have made great YouTube fare, it is still a victory. There are a couple takeaways for you. One, don't ever talk to the cops. If you think that you might be in trouble, don't give them evidence, because the amount of evidence they had collected really surprised me, what I had seen in discovery. And there was only going to be more as if this case had gone forward. Everything you say can and will be used against you. And believe it or not, an animal control officer is a cop, so beware of that. Two, if you're going to be in this situation where you actually are facing criminal or civil charges, you should definitely talk to a lawyer. You know, you can't really outsmart the legal system. Even someone with professional legal training should get their own counsel, because that counsel can go in and represent you, understands all of the trial processes, and can be an independent party between you and, you know, whatever the official legal system is. And that can be very, very valuable. So I am so glad that I brought Justine Nickel on board for this case, and I believe this could be the beginning of a long friendship. So now that the case is over, I don't know. I don't know if I should take this merch off the off the shops, because this shirt is awesome. I mean, they run a little bit small, but who doesn't want to be part of this free Ikabod movement in the future? And also remember, if you're going to sue me, I will take this all the way, because this is sort of fun. So Ikabod is free, and to end this video, I am going to show you some photos of Ikabod just being cute. From PokeyBear LLC in Denver, Colorado, this was Scott Carney, Investicats. All right, let's see how that goes. I may have to do some retakes. Thank you so much to all of my supporters on Patreon and on Substack who make this work possible. If you want early access and to get your name on the honor roll, please check out those links down below. And, you know, it just means the world to me that you're here. From PokeyBear LLC in Denver, Colorado, this was Scott Carney Investigates.